Kunda.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Evil Dead characters stupidly read the Necronomicon.
You were right. Evil's coming back.
For this list, we'll be looking at instances where players from this horror comedy franchise couldn't help but recite scripture from the Necronomicon Ex-Mortis, aka the Book of the Dead. We'll be pulling from the first 4 films as well as the TV show, Ash vs. Evil Dead, so beware of spoilers. Would you be able to resist the Necronomicon? Raise some hell in the comments. Number 10, Ash and Scotty, the Evil Dead.
I don't like cellars. Let's just close it up. It's probably just some animal.
Anyone who's seen a horror movie before can tell you never to vacation at a creaky cabin in the woods. But if you do, absolutely do not investigate the creepy cellar that opens on its own. Scotty unfortunately has no such reservations, as he and Ash find the artifacts left there by archaeologist Raymond Knowby.
This kind of looks like your old girlfriend.
Come on, let's take this stuff upstairs. I'll grab the recorder, and you get everything else. Yeah.
It turns out that one doesn't have to read directly from the Necronomicon to summon the Kandarian demon, as any voice will do. So when Ash and Scotty play Knowby's recordings from when he too summoned the demon, they get the same brutal result.
You will die! Nightmares before you. One by one we will take you.
One by one, the evil takes them, until only Ash is left to ponder the consequences of his actions. Number 9, Annie Knowby, Evil Dead 2. Okay, sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, so we kinda get this one, but it still doesn't go according to plan.
Recitation of this first passage will make this dark spirit manifest itself in the flesh.
Why the hell would we want to do that?
The daughter of Professor Knowby, Annie, arrives at the cabin with the Necronomicon's missing pages, only to find her parents missing and a whole lot of bloodshed. After another round of Kandarian mayhem, Annie and Ash try to banish the evil by reciting from the new pages. This only puts them deeper into trouble, and Annie gets a dagger in the back for her troubles courtesy of Ash's possessed hand. Annie's able to finish the incantation anyway, but she ends up sending Ash to the Middle Ages, which he's not too thrilled about. Number 8, Stanley Gibson, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
And last up we have Amy, who I'm told has made a startling discovery.
It doesn't matter if it's Latin or Sumerian. Don't ever read creepy ancient text in a creepy ancient book. After all said and done in the show's 2nd season, the Necronomicon is innocently found by a passerby named Amy. Season 3 picks up with Amy bringing it to TV auctioneer Stanley Gibson, whose curiosity gets the better of him.
This appears to be some sort of descriptive passage. Conda arnor strata alactu.
Live on television, Stanley reads aloud verbatim what he sees, and by the time he realizes his goof, it is way, way too late.
The Book of the Dead.
Is that good?
The book is said to hold spells and incantations that, if read out loud, could connect the demons of the netherworld with our own.
He dooms pretty much the entire crew to a horrible fate before Ruby enters the picture and socks it to him. Number 7, Ash Williams, Evil Dead 2. New verse, same as the first. Sort of.
Hey! There's a tape recorder here.
See what's on it.
Due to a weird rights issue, Evil Dead 2 is both a remake and a sequel to the original, replacing the 5 friends who venture out to a cabin with just Ash and his girlfriend Linda. The film wastes absolutely no time getting to the evil, as this time Ash comes across the tape recorder sitting out and about.
It is through the recitation of the book's passages that this dark spirit is given license to possess the living.
With some encouragement from Linda, Ash again plays Knowby's tape, complete with the same old incantations. And to the surprise of no one, things again go poorly for Linda, who's possessed and has to be put down by Ash.
You swore that we'd always be together. I love you. No!
They just weren't meant to be, were they? Number 6. Pablo Simon Bolivar, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Ash! The downtide's possessed!
Pablo is a fan-favorite character, but even he isn't exempt from making some poor decisions.
Tell her our destinies are intertwined, that we're bound by the most powerful force imaginable. Embrace the truth, Pablo. Look at yourself!
In the second season, he's plagued by a series of horrifying visions that portend his awful connection to the evil. At one point, Ash's Oldsmobile, the Delta, goes on a rampage, while the Necronomicon tries to make a deal with Pablo in exchange for a single word being read aloud. Pablo caves, and the Necronomicon is seemingly banished to hell, but he should know by now not to compromise with evil, as he ends up more than a little worse for wear in the following episodes.
What if I'm Bao, guys? No, come on, buddy. That's just a rash. I mean, I've had a million rashes in all kinds of funky places, you know?
Number 5. Amber, Ash vs. Evil Dead. How did the Oldsmobile get possessed, you ask? Well, we have a bunch of dumb teenagers to thank for that.
Yep. Right up the pooper.
After the Delta is stolen by some youths, a makeout session takes a turn for the terrifying. When Amber wants to slow things down with Tyler, she comes across the Necronomicon in the back seat. Changing the mood completely, she mutters a few words from it before going to town on Tyler, and not in a good way.
I love you too.
Huh? Put the core in, now look. Never mind.
While the Delta slays Tyler and his friends, the dead-eyed Amber goes after Ash and his dad, Brock. Thankfully, Ash gives Amber quite the swirly as he's able to save Brock. Well, for a hot second anyway.
Because there's something I've kept from you.
What is it, Pop?
Something so vital that the fabric of your life may begin.
Number 4. Ash Williams, Army of Darkness. Okay, Ash's first 2 indiscretions are understandable, but chalk this one up to poor memory.
You must recite the words Klaatu, Verata, Niktu.
Klaatu, Verata, Nikto, okay.
Well, repeat them.
Klaatu, Verata, Nikto.
Again!
I got it!
After Ash lands in the Middle Ages, he's instructed on what words to say once he finds the Necronomicon. But once he's there, he completely blanks on the end of the phrase and thinks he can bumble his way through it.
Klaatu, Verata,
Ash's spell backfires, instead awakening his evil doppelganger and an entire army of the, well, dead.
Once you drink this liquid and recite the words Klaatu, Verata, Nikto, thou shalt awaken in thine own time. Remember, you must recite the words exactly.
As much as we love Ash Williams, his overconfidence has gotten him into more than one sticky situation, and he's clearly never seen the day the Earth stood still.
Good. Klaatu, Verata, Nikto.
Number 3. Ruby Knowby, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Whoa! Why the hell are you on this property? And where's the book you stole from my family?
Easy, Nancy Drew.
The sort of villain for the entirety of the series, Ruby's leanings tend to change from season to season, but it's her first aligning with evil that puts her on this list.
This has to stop. You've got the Necronomicon, and you need to give it to me, so where is it?
None of your beeswax. I will tell you this, though. Pretty soon it's gonna be 6 feet under.
Oh, you're gonna bury it?
Bet your bippy.
After being a mysterious ally throughout the first season, Ruby eventually tricks Ash into transferring ownership of the Necronomicon to her. Once she has her hands on it, she summons a great evil with the intention of unleashing it upon the entire world.
Of course I know what I'm doing. I wrote this book.
She gets her wish, but eventually her own demon spawn turn on her in favor of their evil father.
They want the Necronomicon. They're trying to destroy me.
Oh, poor Ruby. Yeah, welcome to my world, sweet cheeks. Doesn't feel so good, does it? At least you still have all your appendages.
Never try to rule over all of humanity, kids. Number 2. Eric, Evil Dead. The 2013 Evil Dead is a lot like the original, only way gorier. It also features 5 friends in a cabin who find a creepy old book in the cellar, but this time, only Eric is stupid enough to read from it.
And what about the voodoo shit they did down there? Huh?
No. Voodoo is more about dolls, personal artifacts. This
Eric,
is something different.
That's enough. You shouldn't have touched anything from that basement.
This time called the Naturam de Monto, the book is plastered with red flags, with literal warnings to the reader on multiple pages. Does he take heed and pack it in? Of course not!
Montose? Honda.
He not only deciphers the hidden messages, but he reads them aloud, putting his friend Mia through a serious ringer out in the woods. It doesn't get much better for the rest of them, and the movie makes sure to punish Eric severely.
I read a passage from that book. It was some sort of prayer. I released something, David. I released something evil.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Ash Williams, Ash vs. Evil Dead. After roughly 30 years of fighting evil, you think that Ash would know by now not to go leafing through the Necronomicon, but never underestimate his ego.
It ain't French, but, I got a little something for you. Check this out. Come here.
In the pilot episode, Ash brings a lady friend back to his trailer, but after getting a little under the influence, he suddenly thinks some Kandarian poetry will set the mood. Well, if the mood was intended to be 3 seasons of murder and mayhem, mission accomplished.
Mr. Bean.
Mistro Bean.
Seriously, Ash inadvertently kickstarts a whole swath of deaths, and all to impress a chick, which we gotta admit is seriously on brand for Ash Williams. Hail to the king, baby.
Now, because I screwed up, read from that book, one lousy time evil has found me. That's why I'm taking off, like right now. Catch you on the flip-flop, good buddy.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.